This creature was found in Chernobyl. You won't believe what happened next. Well, believe it or not, but to this day, there are peculiar creatures inhabiting one of the most dangerous places in the world today. Join us and discover 15 creatures found in Chernobyl. Let's go. Number 15. European Bison. In the wake of the Chernobyl disaster, the exclusion zone has become an unexpected sanctuary for a variety of species. One surprising example is the return of the European bison, a massive herbivore that nearly went extinct in the early 20th century due to hunting and habitat loss. The Chernobyl area, now free of human interference, has provided these animals with a safe haven to recover. Without direct human intervention, bison have returned to the dense forests and open grasslands of the region. This return was not planned, unlike Shals horses, but happened naturally. The bison found the exclusion zone to be a suitable environment for feeding and reproducing, demonstrating the incredible adaptability and resilience of wildlife. Despite the challenges posed by radiation, most bison appear to be in good health, with robust populations and successful mating seasons. Number 14. Free-ranging moose in the exclusion zone. As humans withdrew from the Chernobyl exclusion zone, moose found an unexpected sanctuary. These large herbivores, with their impressive antlers and muscular bodies, began to explore the region's fields and marshes. Without the threat of human hunters and with abundant vegetation, the moose settled comfortably in the area. Moose graze peacefully in meadows and wade through marshes, symbolizing the recovery of wild land. While residual radiation is still a concern, these animals have demonstrated an incredible ability to adapt. Scientists continue to monitor moose to understand the potential implications for their health and genetics. Number 13. Brown bears. After decades of absence from Ukraine due to hunting and habitat loss, brown bears have found a new home in the lands left abandoned after the Chernobyl disaster. Without human presence, these large animals have begun to return, guided by their instincts and in search of safe places to live. At first, the bears were just a rumor, with a few tracks and occasional sightings. Over time, it became clear that they were returning to stay, finding food, and even breeding in the forests of the exclusion zone. The bears found ideal spaces to hibernate undisturbed and large territories for their needs. I have a question for you. First, I'd like to tell you that it's possible to keep up with the biggest curiosities of our world every day. But for that, you need to be subscribed to our channel. So, have you subscribed yet? If not, take the opportunity to subscribe now. Now that you've done that, let's go. Number 12. Shals Horses of Pripyat. Pripyat, the ghost town near Chernobyl, has become home to a rare species of horse, Shals horses. These horses, native to the Mongolian steppes, were on the brink of extinction in the 20th century. However, in the 1990s, they were reintroduced to the Chernobyl exclusion zone, a place devoid of human activity and ideal for their recovery. Shals horses have adapted well to the peaceful, wild environment of Pripyat. The absence of human predators and the abundance of space have allowed their population to grow. Number 11. The red fox adapting and thriving. When humans left the Chernobyl exclusion zone, red foxes found a new opportunity. With vast territories and an abundance of small prey, this new environment became a veritable paradise for these cunning predators. The foxes quickly adapted to their new home, hunting rodents, birds, and other small creatures in the forests and fields of the region. Despite the persistent radiation, these animals have shown remarkable resilience. Researchers have observed that the foxes thrive, reproduce, and establish territories in the zone. Number 10. Black storks thriving in desolation. As you soar over the desolate remains of the Chernobyl exclusion zone, the graceful silhouette of the black stork stands out against the horizon. Unlike their white stork relatives, these birds are reserved and prefer the tranquility of wet marshes and dense forests. The Chernobyl tragedy, which drove away humans, ended up providing a perfect refuge for these shy birds. The floodplains and bodies of water were filled with fish, transforming the vast expanse of the exclusion zone into an ideal place for nesting and raising young. Each year, the number of black storks increased, reflecting the recovery of aquatic ecosystems. The continued presence of these birds is a poignant reminder of Chernobyl's dual legacy, a human disaster that, paradoxically, created a sanctuary for nature. The sight of these majestic birds flying over land that was once the scene of a great human tragedy offers a perspective of hope and renewal. Number 9. White-tailed eagles. In the skies above the Chernobyl exclusion zone, the majestic white-tailed eagle has found an unexpected refuge. With the departure of humans, these birds of prey, which require vast territories to hunt and nest, have established themselves in the region. Before the disaster, human activities such as hunting and deforestation had significantly reduced their habitat. The exclusion zone, with its contaminated but fish-rich waters, provided a new food source for the eagles. The regrown forests provided safe nesting grounds free from human disturbance. Researchers have noted an increase in the eagles' populations in the area, a trend that runs counter to declines seen elsewhere in Europe. While not all eagles are free from health problems due to radiation, most thrive, demonstrating nature's ability to adapt and find a new balance even in harsh environments. Number 8. Squirrels. In the dense forests of the Chernobyl exclusion zone, squirrels have found a safe haven. In the absence of humans, vegetation has grown abundantly, providing food such as nuts, seeds, and fruits. These agile rodents, with their bushy tails and tireless energy, have adapted perfectly to their new environment. Although radioactivity is a silent presence, squirrels have shown a remarkable ability to survive and thrive. Studies by researchers have indicated that these small mammals exhibit robust health and good reproductive success. Number 7. The Radioactive Wolves. After the Chernobyl disaster in 1986, the surrounding area was abandoned by humans, but it was not empty. Among the animals that have reappeared in the exclusion zone are gray wolves, known as radio wolves. They have adapted well to the environment, where there are no humans to bother them, and there is plenty of prey to hunt. Research indicates that these wolves are thriving in the contaminated area. The wolf population in the exclusion zone is significantly higher than in other areas. Despite the radiation levels, the wolves appear healthy and continue to reproduce. Furthermore, their behaviors intrigue scientists, as some wolves have been tracked traveling long distances, far beyond the boundaries of the zone. Number 6. Eurasian Nutrias. In the calm but radioactive waters of the Chernobyl exclusion zone, Eurasian Nutria have found a new home. These agile and playful mammals, known for their aquatic abilities, have returned to the rivers and lakes near the disaster site. The lack of human disturbance has left the waters teeming with fish, providing the nutria with an abundant source of food. As they glided through the water and left their footprints on the shore, nutria began to become a common sight in the area. However, the waters they now call home are contaminated with radioactivity, and scientists are interested in understanding how this affects their health and behaviors. They are looking to see if there are any signs of radiation impacts, and how nutria's eating habits may be changing. Seeing nutria thriving in these contaminated waters is a clear example of the duality between the revitalization of life and the challenges left by past human mistakes. Number 5. Eurasian Lynx. After being driven from their traditional ranges by hunting and habitat destruction, Eurasian lynxes have found a new home in Chernobyl as humans have left. The dense woodlands and abundance of prey in the exclusion zone have created a perfect environment for these silent and elusive felines. Moving silently and preferring the night, lynx have become nearly invisible on the landscape. However, signs of their presence, footprints, territorial markings, and rare sightings show they are back and thriving. Number 4. The underground kingdom of the European badger. Beneath the ground of the Chernobyl exclusion zone, European badgers have created a world of tunnels and burrows. With their distinctive striped faces, these nocturnal animals have transformed the desolate landscape into a veritable underground empire. They dig extensive systems of burrows, where they rest during the day and emerge at night in search of food. The region's soil, rich in earthworms, insects, and a variety of plants, provides a plentiful feast for these omnivores. However, living so closely with radioactive soil raises concerns about the health and longevity of badgers. Researchers have been studying how these animals cope with the contaminated environment. Early studies have shown that despite some signs of exposure, badger populations remain stable, and their digging activities have not been affected. Number 3. Swallows. The irradiated area of Chernobyl is also home to common swallowtails, small birds known for their aerial acrobatics. After the disaster, scientists began studying these birds to understand the impact of radiation. It was observed that many of them had physical anomalies, such as white spots on their feathers and deformities in their beaks and tails. Despite these mutations, the swallowtails continue to live in the exclusion zone. Some of them have developed resistance to radiation, which has allowed them to survive and reproduce even in adverse conditions. This adaptation shows the resilience of nature, which finds ways to thrive even in hostile environments. Number 2. Resilient wild boar populations. When humans left the Chernobyl area, nature quickly took over the space left behind. Among the new inhabitants were wild boars, who found a unique opportunity to thrive. The dense forests and scrublands, once controlled by humans, became a safe and fertile haven for these adaptable creatures. In the absence of human hunters, Wild boars have multiplied and foraged for food in the remains of human buildings and lush vegetation. However, radiation has left its invisible mark on many of these animals, some showing signs of contamination. Scientific studies continue to investigate the possible long-term genetic repercussions. Still, the robust presence of wild boars in the exclusion zone is a testament to their persistence and adaptability, reflecting nature's ability to thrive even in extreme conditions. Number 1. Giant catfish in cooling tanks. The calm waters of Chernobyl's cooling tanks are home to the giant catfish, a freshwater fish that can grow to over 2 meters long. After the disaster, radiation made these waters radioactive, but it also drove away humans, allowing the catfish to thrive without the pressure of fishing. With an abundant supply of smaller prey and no human predators, catfish have grown to dominate this unique ecological niche. Legends about their size are often exaggerated, but these colossal fish are living proof of nature's ability to adapt and seize new opportunities, even in a radioactive environment. I have an invitation for you. Do you see this video that is appearing on the screen? Click on it and check it out now. Take advantage of the fact that I have separated it especially for you. And if you are not subscribed to our channel, take advantage and click to subscribe below. Well, that's it, and until next time, curious.